Mistral is a French foundational AI model company. We've talked about them on the show a couple of times, part of the Twist 500, and they've made a number of pretty cool agents and apps and so forth. Anyways, the reason why I have them on the docket today is that according to, I think it's the FT, Mistral has, quote, secured new contracts worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and that's going to help it raise probably about another $1 billion this year. What are these deals? Well, they're multi-year agreements with what I can tell is mostly European companies. So here we are seeing kind of the leading sovereign EU AI player absorb quite a lot of local business because, back to your point, I don't think the United States and US companies and US technologies have the same trustability, you might say, as they did 6-12 months ago. Now, in this case, it's helping this company grow that we care about, but those contracts could have gone to probably an American company 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, they're not a major player. There's some protectionism, I guess, in Europe, and the people want to use the local homegrown product. It doesn't make sense to me that, these customers would use what is probably an inferior product, not the most competitive product. So I wonder what's going on there, right? Like, or maybe people are just testing it, but they only have 100 million worth of revenue, Mistral? Is that correct here?
They're supposed to get to about 100 million this year, yeah.
Oh, it's supposed to get to 100. So looking at that, combining it with the breaking news about OpenAI hitting 100 times that, I think that kind of tells the story maybe, which is the people who are using Mistral and they secured all these new contracts worth hundreds of millions of dollars. It's probably people sampling it and they could cancel it. So, when you see hundreds of millions of dollars in contracts, always as journalists or as an insider, former journalist, you would look at it and say, you know what? That might be a 5-year deal that goes for, 5 to 10 to 20 to 40 to 80. Or maybe they made the estimates of what those contracts are worth. So you have to take it with I don't want to say a grain of salt, but in context to this isn't going to the bottom line this year, perhaps. If they said they have hundreds of millions, 100 million is going to come in here, that might make sense. So
the company, though, really agrees with you. They said that, quote, sovereignty is not our core business. But the company did say that in the last 100 days, it tripled, and in particular in Europe and outside of the US. So they're trying to be not the EU's protectionist, welfare beneficiary. They're trying to be a global competitor with open source models and agents. I just think that they're just seeing a lot of local demand because people have a little bit more faith and trust in them than perhaps a Microsoft or something similar. So I think they're playing it straight. But I do agree, though, Jason, we need to be cautious about these long-term bookings because I don't know, if a company came to you and said, we have a 5-year contract, how many years of that are you going to give them credit for today? 2? Probably.
I guess you'd have to look at the details in the contract and what the cancellation is. Most of these things have a 3 to 6 month out. So with 3 months notice or 6 months notice, you can cancel the contract. None of them would ever be like locked in. I wonder if even an NVIDIA contract for the most sought after product in the world right now, like H100s, would those even be guaranteed or not? Like maybe you have, till 3 months out to cancel it. Like I said, when you order a car, there's a point at which you can't return it, or you order a hotel room, there's a point at which you can't return it. In business, I would say it's usually a yearly contract. You get a discount for just doing the year. You can cancel with 3 months notice or 6 months notice within that year. So if you got to month 6 and you decided to cancel, earliest you could get out is month 9 or month 12, in which case you're just going to use it for the rest of the year.